Hello, Namaskar, and a very good afternoon to all the viewers watching our sessions out there. This is Simran Singh, and you are watching this particular live telecast of NCERT on eVidya channel number 1 to 12. Besides, we have so many different mediums through which you all can connect with us, and you can also participate in our live sessions. So, one of the mediums, as you all know, it is our YouTube channel, NCERT Official. So it's about 12 noon on your watch, and from 12 till 12:30 we have our special session, that is teaching learning interventions for inclusive classroom, where we try to raise awareness about inclusive classroom setup. So this is a special segment of this series that we are running regularly and bringing to different platforms for all of you. So the topic for the day is integrated curriculum for vocational and skill based training, and we will get more insights in the conversation through our expert who has connected with us through the online medium. So allow me to introduce you with a guest for the session. We are joined by Dr. Gayatri Narsimhan Madam. Namaskar ma'am.
Namaste ma'am.
Good afternoon. We welcome you in the conversation. She is the founder director of Prakarmika Vocational Institute with over 14 years of experience in the field of special education. And alongside me, the screen is being shared by Mr. Nirbhay Kumar Mal. Namaskar. He is the sign language interpreter for the session, so that you all can comprehend and understand the session in a better manner. And throughout the conversation, if you have any of the queries, you would like to know anything, then here is our contact number. It's flashing on your screens. So feel free to give us a call at 8800440559. And the specific mail IDs, they are also flashing on your screens. One of them is dth.class12@ciet.nic.in. And before commencing the conversation, an important piece of information regarding G20. We are proud that India assumed the G20 presidency and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in the country in this year. That's 2023. The nation is deeply committed to democracy and multilateralism. India's G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in her history, as it seeks to play a very important role by finding pragmatic global solutions for the well-being of everyone, and in doing so, manifest the true spirit of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, or the world as one family. So let's get back to the today's conversation of teaching learning interventions for inclusive classroom. So madam, I'll quickly divert the first question for you. We understand that you have worked extensively in different segments of neurodivergent children. So in the first place, I'll request you to explain this term neurodivergent, and also when we talk about the vocational training and skill based training, how can that be a part of the life or the public sphere of the neurodivergent children?
Thank you, madam. Namaste, one and all here watching this program. I thank NCERT for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge about vocational and skill-based training. So, answering to your question, ma'am, let me first answer what is neurodivergent. So, we heard a lot about this neurodivergent and neurotypical. It's a very simple. Neurotypical means the children who are in a regular curriculum, who are the same throughout. And when it comes to neurodivergent, we address to children or the professionals or the adults with special needs, basically. So both of this, neurotypical and neurodivergent, come under the umbrella neurodiversity, which means every person is unique. Every person has their own talent. So every person has to be treated as an individual. So this is a better way of addressing any individual as such. So moving on to the vocation and skill-based training. So a neurodivergent, the need for vocational and skill-based training, it can be either academic or non-academic. And of course, yes, this is a vast subject to be discussed at this stage. So we have both academic and non-academic side of vocational and skill-based training. Now, before I get into the need for this particular type of curriculum, I wish to share this data with all of you. If you can see this data, grade 1, 2, we can see consider a number of students who are completing grade 1 and 2. There is an increase when it comes to 3, 4, 5 and even 6 to some extent, but 3, 4, 5, there is an increase in the number of students who are completing the grade. But after that, there is a decrease. When it comes to grade 9, the senior secondary side, 9, 10, 11 and 12, there is a huge decrease in the number of students who are completing this. Why this discrepancy? Why is this drastic reduction of the dropouts from the school level? This particular data is for special needs, because we are not at present we are addressing only the neurodivergent. So when we see this, it is because of the curriculum. So they are not able to adapt to the regular curriculum. They are not able to focus, or they are not able to compete with others. So maybe because of this, this is one of the big reasons why there is a decrease in the number of students who are completing. Rather, there is a tremendous increase in the dropouts at the senior secondary level. So now how we can address to this particular issue is the need for vocational training or the skill-based training. So why do we need it? They also should be meaningfully occupied, because this really helps them even psychologically. Otherwise, what happens? They finish their 8th and they are sitting at home doing nothing, which is really disheartening. So it doesn't mean that they are not capable of, but we need to tap their potential in the right way. So they need to be meaningfully occupied. They need to lead a dignified life also. They should be a contributor to this nation building, and they should be one with the society. They can also contribute, and they can also share their skills. They are also skilled. They are also capable. Now, what happens if they drop out? They lose their therapies. They lose. They are deprived of all those physiotherapy or occupational therapy or the behavioral therapy. This further increases the unwanted behavior also. So, in this way, if a vocational training or a skill-based training comes with the education system, it will embrace even the neurodivergent education also.
Of course, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, thank you so much for explaining the area around neurodiversity. And we would also like to know, when we talk about vocational training or particularly skill-based training in the context of neurodivergent children, so what all needs to be done?
Thank you, ma'am. That's actually a wonderful question. The need. What needs to be done is the process to be put in place. So we need to put a process in place, like how we have a system in place for a neurotypical. So they have their grade 1, 2, 3, they complete their 12, they go to college, they have their assessment systems, and it is maybe a little different for CBSE or NIOS or the state board, IB curriculum, but still there is a process put in place for the neurotypical. But when it comes to neurodivergent, all we have to do is we have to put a process in place so that the dropouts we can considerably reduce. Now, when I'm going to share about the process, we have to focus right from enrollment till the transition. So enrollment is when the child enters our school, till the transition means when the child leaves the school. So we need to address the whole issue in between this. So coming to enrollment, when I say enrollment, so we need to have a proper admission process put in place. So when we are embracing the neurodivergent, so we need to welcome them to our institution in the right way, with the application form where they can share what the challenges they are facing, the documentation or their medical reports. In case they don't have a medical report, in case that is not there, so from the school's perspective or from the school side, so there should be an assessment process put in place. Actually, this is a huge topic, but I've just condensed it so that it will be easy for everyone to be at one pace. So informal assessment or a formal assessment or a therapy based assessment, everything needs to be done by the school. So we need these documents to assess where the child is, where is the potential. Rather than labeling, we have to see, this assessment should help us to see the capability of the child. Of course, labeling is there. A child with autism or Down syndrome, we can label, but at the same time, what is his potential? Even all that needs to be assessed. Now the school's process begins here. So what can be the vocation which we can allot for the particular student? How we can counsel the parents? What is the support system required? Any modification in the infrastructure? Or does the child need any support from the school, a specialized support or the teacher? This needs to be done by the IEP team. IEP team is not just the special educator or the counselor or the vocational trainer. So when it comes to IEP, even the school management, the parents, the therapists, everybody needs to be involved to design that particular requirement for each child. As I had mentioned, neurodiversity means every child is different. Every child is, we have to treat them as individual. So in that way, the school needs to work on the process. Curriculum design for vocation and skill-based has three components basically. So the academic component, therapies and vocation. Normally what people see is a vocation. Okay, they need to be taught a job, maybe a nursery or maybe a data entry or maybe a designing side. So they need to be taught that particular job. This is what the concept goes. But rather we need to build an academics. We need to build a proper curriculum that will support the vocation. So this is very important. All the components regarding the vocations need to be covered, and that includes even therapies. And now transition. So the transition, when I have to mention it, transition can be from a level to another level, from one class to another class, or from one school to another school if the parents are getting transferred. The transition can be anything, even a teacher changing. It's a transition for a neurodivergent. So the child may get into anxiety also. So they feel insecure. So the transition also, the process needs to be put in place. So what happens is when the child develops this anxiety, unwanted behavior comes out. So then again the child has to be, they are sometimes forced to the parents remove the children from the schools. So if the transition is smooth and comfortable for the child, it saves a lot of these dropouts, I must say. So if this process is put in place, the ecosystem we can build, the ecosystem for the neurodivergent, the ecosystem for the neurotypical will be the same. So we need to build this process around so that everybody learns together.
So ma'am, taking cues from the process itself that you have mentioned, I believe that there has to be certain curriculum or a laid framework, especially for neurodivergent children, and also in the context of vocational training or skill based education that we would like to impart them. So what all needs to be included in the curriculum, and of course how schools can actively participate in it and can form it within their syllabus to have this kind of curriculum for like everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. So coming to a curriculum, it's a huge topic actually. It's a very huge topic. So what we have seen in our this years of experience, we built a curriculum for the neurodivergent. First, there are around 13 important topics, or you can say even subjects. So for neurotypical, we have science, math, social, like that, they have their subjects. Same way for neurodivergent, we have around 13 subjects or the topics which need to be focused for their holistic development. Now before I get into the 13 topics, now the 13 topics can be split into 5 different levels. Because a neurodivergent, they have their challenges, they take time to learn, unlike a neurotypical, we all know that. So they take their time to learn, they need more time, they need more space, they need a different method of teaching. So that's focusing all that. So we are dividing the whole academic years into 5 levels. Can we start from early childhood to the advanced level? Why advanced level? Because the neurodivergent, they need extra learning years to complete or to become successful. So they need that space, not to finish within 18 years. So that way it becomes little difficult for them. So the 13 topics or the 13 subjects are covered into within these 5 levels. Now coming, what are the subjects is you have communication skills. So you have mathematics skills. So communication skills for the early childhood, we start and we slowly develop the communication skills till the advanced level. So when it comes to advanced level, the children are able, or the young adults are able to talk to public or communicate their needs. They feel very easy to make any conversation also. So communication skills, mathematics skills, functional academics. Every topic is a subject for a neurodivergent. Computer skills, activities of daily living. When I come to activities of daily living, how they can meet their activities. For them, everything is a challenge. Yes, not for everybody, but for some of the neurodivergent, even the daily activity, sometimes it becomes very, very challenging. So in that way, we have to train them even in that, for us to get a holistic development. So activities of daily living, we have more than 100 activities for which we have made even task analysis, the breaking down of the activities, how we have to teach them. So personality development, how they sit, because normally they have their low self-esteem, their expressiveness is less. So we have to build on their personality also. Sex education, how they have to be safe even when they go outside. The harassment they should not face, when they have to say no, when they have to take care, who is the safe person. So all these also we need to be imparted into their curriculum. Self-advocacy. When it comes to self-advocacy, they must be able to talk for themselves. If they are not able to do, if they may be having motor issues, if it is paining, they must be able to converse, they must be able to tell, excuse me ma'am, this is paining for me. That is self-advocacy. Again, the self-advocacy starts from a very early age, and it go even from the preschool age, it has to be taught till the advanced level, how they can stand up for themselves. Safety, financial literacy. Financial literacy is not just the numbers or the money, rupees or price or addition or subtraction. Nowadays, the financial literacy is how to use your ATM card, or how to use a debit card or a credit card, how you have to plan your budget, how much you are earning, how you can save your amount. All these comes under financial literacy. What is banking? So what do I do in a bank? How do I deposit some money there? So everything needs to be taught to the neurodivergent. Soft skills, maybe their anxiety, anger management, emotional management. So everything is again a skill. Unlike neurotypical, for neurodivergent, we have to focus every parameter for them. Physical fitness, because they have a lot of health challenges. And if we do all these, then the vocation, what we are teaching, or the skill-based modules, what we are teaching them, whatever it is, then it becomes a successful. Vocations can be successful only if the above components are customized, and if the curriculum is built and it is taught to the neurodivergent.
And ma'am, while we understand the framework or the curriculum and its significance, what you have suggested so far, there are different kinds of special schools in India. And looking at the view that there are different kinds of children with different and diverse requirements, and the difference is so huge when it comes to see the number of staff and whether they have the appropriate requirements or not. So the model that have been shared by you, the curricular components, so how that can be embraced by all the schools in India, this particular framework or the curriculum areas that you have shared with us?
Another wonderful question, I must say. Yes, as Madam had mentioned, the disability is a huge umbrella. Sometimes it is only one challenges they may have, or sometimes it is very, very complex. They may have even multiple challenges also. So in that way, how can we adopt one curriculum to all the children of different capability, how we can adapt this one curriculum. So let us just, before that, I wish to share the benefits of having a uniform or a structured curriculum. More than uniform, I will say a structured curriculum. Why do we need a structured curriculum? To give an example here, during my so many years of training children, I faced couple of challenges also. So when there is no measurement or when there is no accountability, getting them employed, getting them integrated or included at a workplace becomes a huge challenge for educators like us, because we really struggle, because what the corporate people, they ask us, what is the parameter, how much the child has achieved, where is the certificate? Because when it comes to neurotypical, they have their certificates, they have their 12th, they have their diploma, or they have their degree, post-graduation. When it comes to a neurodivergent, now where is the certificate? What level they have learned? So in that way, that we face a lot of challenges. Though the corporate people want to employ, still the challenge lies when there is no measurement or evaluation or a structure, when there is a lack of structure. So I would just like to share the benefits of having this. Then I will share how we can implement it pan-India, help the child develop holistically. We provide those support system. Now again, as I had mentioned, it becomes very easy to integrate at workplace. Uniform curriculum helps in further amendments. For example, the world is evolving, the world is developing at a rapid pace. So in that way, when it comes to a neurodivergent, if your curriculum is fixed, then the further amendments or the further developments, it becomes very, very easy. What to say? That is, when a child moves from one place to another place. This I've seen in many cases. When a child moves from one place to another place, when there is a transfer for the parents, the children need to start again, because there is nothing, no measurement. What they have done, what they have learned, there is no proper measurement or a uniformity. So what happens? The student needs to start again, sometimes even from the scratch. So this saves a lot of time. Again, as I had mentioned, a well-planned curriculum always provides a measurable result. So we can measure where the student is, which where I have to focus as a teacher or as a trainer. So this provides an improvement and a constant result also.
And before proceeding ahead, ma'am, I would like to inform you that we have the last 5 minutes left in the conversation.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that. So this also guides the teachers to focus the areas to be developed, and even the teacher development. So since all the teachers are going to work at same level throughout India, the FTP, faculty development, can be more productive. A lot of cases, suppose I am stuck in with a student, I am not able to proceed further. Since everybody is following the same curriculum, there can be a lot of.
So, ma'am, I request you to please
authenticity that the student has completed this level of training, this level of skill development. So these are actually the benefits which we can get using the uniform curriculum. Now, as I had mentioned, the curriculum is divided into 13 topics. So each topic is divided into 5 levels. I can fix the age. For example, if a student's actual age is 14 years, now where is his age in communication? Maybe 7. Where is his age in soft skills? Maybe 10. Where is his age in computer? Maybe 12. So I can fix the age for every component, every topics. So this will help me to develop on the need of the student. So this way the curriculum gives us an accountability. And the process is very simple. I have an assessment done, allot the vocation, preparing an IEP with the team, and of course the therapies, give a proper training, then integrate them partially, integrate the students partially. If there is any gap, address the gap. So the institutions need to address the gap. Then regular monitoring for the skill development. So in this way, the progress or the process keeps going, and the achievement also is very good.
Sure, ma'am. And keeping in view the paucity of time, very quickly I'll request you to reflect on another aspect. Some neurodivergent children, I believe that they are academically more strong or trainable as compared to others, while there are few other children who might not be. So, what is the right kind of training or the approach that we can try out so that it's suitable for everyone?
Yes, the training can be, some children are academically trainable, means they can complete their 10th and 12th grade. Some even go to college. But there are some students, for them, the regular curriculum, it's a big challenge. So keeping in mind the whole neurodivergent community, we can have two types of training, academic or non-academic. Due to time, I would like to go a bit quickly. So these are some of the examples of academic based training. We are conducting these courses. So our students are trained in graphic designing, hospitality management, data analysis. They do a lot. They have completed their 10th and 12th. They are doing all these courses, and we are trying our best to get them employed. Now coming to the non-academic, again we work on their skills. This can be even organization based skills also. There are so many. If I say non-academic, I can go even thousands of vocations I can list out. Depends upon what the parents need, depends upon the organization. We can select few non-academic based vocations and train the students holistically, keeping in mind all the 13 topics. We have to complete everything. But for academic people, we have some extra need focus on topics like computer, MS Office, or even typing, or their function, workplace communication, how they speak in the workplace. So these trainings can also be given for academically trainable. Yes, ma'am.
And sure, ma'am, I believe that we can also figure out the interest of the children, what they like doing,
madam.
And maybe they can try their hands out on there. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being a part of this conversation and sharing your valuable insights on this topic, that is integrated curriculum for vocational and skill-based training. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Thank you the whole team for giving me this opportunity, and thanks for all for watching this. Thank you. And
thank you. It was our honor having you in conversation with us. And I would also have a vote of thanks for our sign language interpreter Nirbhay Kumar Malji, who has interpreted this complete session so beautifully for all of you. Thank you to all the viewers for connecting with NCERT. And before wrapping up the conversation, again an important piece of information regarding G20. We are proud that India assumed the G20 presidency and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in the country in this year. That's 2023. The nation is deeply committed to democracy and multilateralism. India's G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in her history, as it seeks to play a very important role while finding pragmatic global solutions for the well-being of everyone, and in doing so manifests the true spirit of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, or rather I should say the world as one family. Once again, thank you everyone. Keep watching eVidya channels and take very good care of yourself. Namaskar.